Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to the cabin. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. This workshop is actually winding down, thank goodness. We got all of the main framing done. I still got to put the rafters up over the new beam that we built on the front end where the sawmill is going to be. But I'll tell you what, I think I'm really going to like it down here. So there's what the structure looks like as of the last video. And like I said, I've got to get up there and put rafters up. And then after that, I've got to get busy and start pulling those logs out of the last two trees that we cut down behind the workshop so that I can finish putting the sheathing and the 2x4s I'm going to have to finish the walls on this last section. So let's get busy. Okay friends, we're going to switch gears here. I've got to have some fascia material, got to have some sheathing material. So this white pine log that's on the ground back here is going to go on the sawmill, but I've got to move some wood first before I can get in there. Then we're going to grab the chainsaw, we're going to run down here and we're going to start bucking those trees up into logs so that I can get them pulled out and get them up here. Well friends, if you were wondering what this was and you've never seen one before, this is actually a grapple. This was sent to us by Vivor, and we want to thank them for doing that. It actually goes around the log. You lower the boom, and as you pick up, it presses in like this, and then you can drag the log out of the woods. So I'll be using this shortly once we get the sawmill cleaned up and we can have a place to put the logs as we bring them up. It's actually been a couple of weeks since I've cleaned this out. I sure will be happy to get the workshop done down there because I don't have very many places to put tools, and that's going to clean up this area a whole lot. I've also had some folks suggest that I hang a bucket on the end of the sawmill to catch this sawdust, but trust me, this is a whole lot quicker to do it this way, because after a couple of passes I would have to carry the bucket off and empty it, so I really wouldn't get anything done. So this is a whole lot faster. It only takes about 10 or 15 minutes to clean it up, and that's several weeks worth. So yeah, that idea is a good idea, but it's just not feasible for somebody that cuts as much lumber as I do. Well, see there, that didn't take very long at all. Took me about 15 minutes. Took me about 5 minutes to move the wood that I had laying under there, which are just offcuts that I don't intend on using, but they're getting away. Anyway, it's all done. Okay. Hey, I got a question. Do you want to go? What? Wait. I'm good. Well, I'll tell you what, those new blades made really short work of that log right there. I really like the way that they cut. So if you all are interested in some good blades, I get mine from Joe, Maine. His information is down in the description section below. We'll get this other board on there, get them down there, get them unloaded, get the chainsaws all fired up, and get down there and start bucking up some logs. Well, it sounds like somebody's laid an egg up there. Y'all have seen me do this before, and the reason that I do it is because if that sawdust stays on there, no matter how minimal or how much it is, and if the wood, if it was to dry on there, you almost have to scrape it off. I just kind of dust it when I bring it down here. And I'm stacking it up in here so that it doesn't get wet, because I'll be using it pretty soon. There's not going to be any real easy way to do this other than basically just start up on top of the hill actually and work your way to the bottom. But what I've got to do is I've got to cut the butt of this tree off because it is way too big to go on the sawmill. But the two branches that I think we measured them about 18 inches, they're going to make a lot of logs. So I've got the small saw down here too. We'll take a look at, this one's got a whole lot of limbs that I'm going to have to take off. So right there at the crotch is where I'm actually going to start. I'll cut right here and right there. That portion right there, I don't know what I'll do with it. If I did anything, it would be some chainsaw work, because that is, like I said, it's way too big to go on the sawmill. Anyway, we'll get this little saw fired up and start trimming this thing out. In order to get this grapple where it will work, I think I have figured out a way to where I can use it on the end and use it in the middle by using two clevises. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on one end down here. We'll get that. Let's see, I want to turn it that way. And the other thing, to keep from losing these pins, you can use a bread tie, but I just use a piece of wire on the end. Just like that right there. That way this thing can't turn and loosen up enough for this pin to come out. Okay, now that I have shown you that, I'm going to take it back apart. I have to put it on here, but I couldn't hold all of this up to the camera to show you. So what I'll do is I'll take this end, put it through the clevis that's already there, and I'll put that chain up in there, and we'll screw that together. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to hook this hook up on this end. Put that through there like that. Put the cotter pin in it. Alright, now that we've got that put together, what I'll do, take this one, put the chain through it, like so. Now this is going to be if I'm pulling on the end of the boom. I've got another bread tie up here. I just, like I said, I just kind of hook it through there to keep that from turning. Then what I'll do, I'll pick this up where it can connect to this. Then I can pull that way. Okay? So that's one way. Okay. Then I have the ability to hook this up and draw from closer into the tractor. Alright, you've seen how that hooked up, and I figured when I wasn't using it, I could actually store it like this, run one of those through one side, and it's just long enough to reach up here and hook on that portion right there. So yeah, that chain will always stay with that, and I can use it on the front or I can use it back here, either one. On a lot of those big logs, I think I'll use it back here because the log would actually be back here when I was dragging it. So I do need to get another clevis though this size, that way I can rig this up a whole lot better, and I can actually still have a hook or the way to hook it up here and back here as well. Well, it rained pretty good this morning before I got up, so I think what I'm going to do while it's drying, I'm going to go down here and add some wooden pegs and screws to the rafters that I set the other day. Well, friends, look who showed up to help me move some brush that I've been trying to get rid of.
Yeah, y'all, this has sat here 2 weeks, so I figured why not go up there so something can get done, gloves in hand.
Yeah, she got here and she said, Dad, you hadn't done a thing with this. And I mean, y'all been watching, right? I just kind of take a break between times when she comes, right?
Yep.
Anyway.
But obviously.
We're going to go ahead and start getting some of this piled up where I can actually take the grapple, move it, clean it in where we can get into those logs. Hey.
Oh, let's go. What?
Have you ever had a pumpkin or watermelon and you dropped them and it busted?
No.
No? Well, I'll just tell you this right now. If you ever have a pumpkin that ever breaks and cracks on you, you know how to fix it?
How?
Take it to a pumpkin patch.
Did you hear about the guy who invented the knock-knock jokes? He won the Nobel Prize. Nobel. Why is it annoying to eat around basketball players?
Because they're too noisy?
No, they dribble all the time.
Drool.
Dribble.
Dribble? Well, let me ask you this. You have a nursing license.
Yeah?
I have a medic license.
Yeah?
What is the difference between bird flu and swine flu?
Bird and pig.
One requires treatment, the other ointment.
Y'all, get him some ointment.
I have to take my hat off for that one. Oh, let's get busy.
You're crazy.
What do you call a snowman that works out and got a six-pack?
The abdominal snowman.
That's right.
What do you call a choo-choo train that carries gum? I just told it.
A choo-choo train. Hush. Well, what did the big flower say to the little flower?
I don't know.
Hey, bud.
Oh, God. That is, you better stop that. You better stop that.
Hey, you know why bees have such sticky hair?
No.
Because they use a honeycomb. That's funny. I don't care who you are.
What do you call a camel with no humps? Humphrey.
Humphrey?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about this?
What?
You know, I wanted, when we were up there working on the front section, trying to get the rafters up, I wanted to tell a joke about doing that, you know, so bad. Wanted to tell you a joke about the roof, so bad. But I couldn't, because it would have been over your head.
It sure would have. You know what, y'all?
Jennifer and her jokes, right?
Yeah. He did not beat me. But listen, we know.
This is not too exciting.
I know.
So we decided we're going to go ahead and cut the video off here, but we do appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you back up here at the cabin again next time.